I know. Well, the days go by quickly, don't they? 4 p.m. again. How many of these shows have I done? It's making the time go quick, I think. Hope you're all well. Hope you're having a good day. Let me know something in the chat that you did that was productive today. Let's make and we changed the fish tank yesterday, so I topped that up today. That's very productive, right? Didn't do as much as I wanted to. Set up the interview with Maury's music for tomorrow. Just put that out this afternoon. You can see that little snippet we did. Going to chat with him tomorrow. This time tomorrow, 4 p.m. on this channel. We're going to discuss Martin Guitars, one of my favorite brands. Hi, Defcon Clark. Tomorrow, 4 p.m. Martin Guitar. What's your experience with Martin Guitars? I've got a dealer on tomorrow who's gonna he lives next to the factory and goes there like 5 times a month, and we're gonna talk about the factory and the people there and the guitars. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, it's just a hangout, and I invited some friends. So yesterday I realized that I can go live straight into a Facebook group. So I can actually stream this, what you're seeing now, into the Rain Song group, the Facebook, the Martin group, the Line 6 group. I can go live in the group, and that's really powerful. It's really cool. I didn't know I could do that. Making pancakes isn't very productive, is it? Just don't eat too many of them, I guess. So I thought it's really powerful. I can do that. I'm really excited. So I went into the Voice Live 3 group and I played a song and they were asking me some questions about the pedal. I'm no expert, but I have been using it for a few weeks. So I invited them here today. I said, if you've got any questions, I'm happy to talk about it. Happy to, share any ideas. I've got the pedal here. I always have it on these streams at my feet. And if they want to come by and ask any questions about the pedal, I'm happy to go through that. Or anything, songs, lessons. Absolutely anything can be asked in here. I'm okay to talk about anything. Yesterday I discussed this guitar. It's still online. All my videos stay online. So yesterday I discussed the Rain Song and all the features of it. Had some more questions overnight about it too, which I answered in the chat. Yeah, I know. I'm actually wondering if Chris Martin would come on my channel and talk about the guitars. Because when you watch him talk about the guitars, he talks for hours and hours and hours. In fact, he wouldn't need me. He could just talk about the guitars. He knows, of course, he knows the whole history. And he loves to talk about it. Because when you see him even now talk about it, he just doesn't stop. Literally, last time I saw him, he talked for 2 hours straight. Didn't even take a break. That shows how much he still loves them, right? Anyone here from where are you guys from? Say where you're from. Let us know what you're up to today. Think of some good questions for Maury tomorrow. Oh, Lee Van Fleet says the school's closed here in Ireland, so working from home whilst trying to homeschool 2 kids. Good luck with that, buddy. You got your work cut out. I tell you what, I'm sleeping pretty well. I didn't sleep too well the last few days, but I've been sleeping really well. I get mentally exhausted, and I'm actually quite busy. So I'm really happy today. Something really cool happened. I've told you the story about Kenny Rogers' family, right? Kenny Rogers' family. I've told you that story twice. I'm not going to tell it again. But there was an amazing guitarist, several, but one of them, Will Cragg, in London. Amazing Australian guitarist who played around the bars. And I played with him a few times towards the end of my time there as well. Now, I decided it'd be a great opportunity to record the song The Gambler. So I reached out on Facebook and said, who's up for doing this? And he replied, and I thought, great, because we used to play together. So it'd be nice to work with people I used to work with. So he sent me the files today. They're so good. I was singing it for about an hour here before I came online. Really happy with it. Can't wait to finish it. I think I've got Johan Ting playing the bass. And I've got Nathan McFarland, who's a friend in Nashville, who's a studio producer. Also does a lot with Headrush pedals. And he's going to produce it. I can't wait. Yeah, Will's amazing. So I can't wait for this. I feel like I'm being more productive than ever. I'm just not working as such. Hi, Becky. Yeah, and yep. Welcome to the chat. We're just hanging out today. I'm not playing any covers. I keep getting demonetized. When I do my concerts on Friday and Saturday nights, as soon as I log off, I get 10 emails. I'm thinking, oh, great, I've hit the big time. 10 emails. And it's YouTube saying, copyright, 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 copyright. Copyright. Which is fine. I'm not here to make money, but, And I believe that songwriters, what do you feel about that? I feel songwriters should get paid. If you play their song, they should get paid, right? If I wrote a song and someone played it, I want to be paid as well. It's just frustrating. I don't really understand how it works. Like if I go live for an hour and play one song, do I lose all the money from the whole thing? I guess I do. That's frustrating, of course. You can go in after the fact and remove it, delete it. But I'm just I want to play covers right now because I'm not playing them at the bars. So yeah, I'm going to work on the Gambler. I'm going to really try my best on that song, make it as good as I can. Full band, try and get them to send me video as well so I can bring it into the song. And then release it on YouTube as a tribute to Kenny Rogers and just a chance to jam with old friends. Be great. Still got to find a few more instruments on there, but I got more than 50% of it underway. So now I'm feeling the pressure now. I have to do a good job with the vocals, you know. Play your own song. Well, the funny thing about that is when I play my own songs, I still get the emails because when I play my own songs, CD Baby distribute my music, so they claim it, but then they eventually pay it back to me, so that's good. But my point is, like on a Friday night, we want to play covers, right? We want to play songs we all know as well as originals. And then what happens is but it doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter. All I want right now is to have something to do and have people subscribe to the channel and grow the channel. That's all I really care about. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Lee said he checked out the songs on iTunes. Yeah. So Apple Music, Spotify, I guess Amazon, all those sites, all those streaming sites have my album anyway. So you can play my original music on there. In fact, I think they're on YouTube as well. If you YouTube 10 songs by Aaron Short, I think they come up anyway on YouTube Music. So it's all there. So yeah, I'm excited. So I know, right? It's like Retirement Bahama again. I miss that place. I miss the people there. I hope they're okay. I feel for the bartenders and the servers who are not, making money right now. It's a real drag. Well, I mean, lots of people are not, but obviously my friends there, I do worry about them. But yeah, looking on the positive side of things, aside from this awful weather and awful situation, I'm very happy right now because I'm cleaning and organizing and I'm recording and talking to people more than ever. It's a nice thing. Can't wait to finish The Gambler and get that out. I'm really excited for that. And can't wait to chat with Maury tomorrow. And I'm going to reach out to some other people too and see if they want to come on and just chat music. Just anyone. I think I'll just email everyone I've ever met. So you want to come on and chat about your company, your business, your job, your touring, anything, just absolutely anything we could discuss. Gear, songs, anything music related would be great. So yeah, Maury tomorrow 4 p.m. Make sure you're here for that. And please feel free to ask questions along as we go so I can put them to him as well. I'm going to plan them tonight, the questions I'll ask him, but the great thing about going live with interviews and reviews, as scary as it is because we're live, I'm live right now, the great thing is it's interactive, so you can come in here and ask questions as well. Ed Sheeran, yeah. Well, he's on vacation right now. He's on he's taking a break from everything, hasn't he? So I don't know if he would come on or not. I wish he would. I wish he'd come on and talk about his guitars because I have to keep talking about his guitars to people. I wish he would do it. Oh, so Patsy Smith knows Ed Sheeran. That's not true because if you did, Marianne would be over there. Yeah. I thought about reaching out to a few musicians actually for this cover I'm doing, but I don't know. I don't want to bother people. Everyone's got a lot going on right now. Everyone's coping with this in their own way, so I don't want to bother people. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, well, don't go to his house and ask him. Don't get yourself in. In fact, you should be isolated anyway. So don't leave the house to ask Ed Sheeran to be on my channel, please. I'm sure he's too busy anyway. So once again, I have no one asking me any questions about the pedal. So I keep asking them to. Let me just see if they're on Facebook here. I'll keep today nice and short because you got some announcements at 4:30. Or, of course, what probably happens is the people on Facebook don't realize I'm going live until it's too late. I should probably just go live in their own group and talk about their pedal over there. But yeah, that's an update from me. So once I log off here, I'm going to warm up and do the Gambler vocals, and then send that off to have the other parts added. Okay, good news. And I also promised people. When I went live yesterday, a lot of people said, "How are you going live? You know, how are you doing that?" So I thought I'd try and make a video on how I go live. But the problem is, there's so many variables, and there's so much. Sometimes there's a bit of luck involved. And there's also variables because it depends on what camera you have, what mic you have. Like even now, I'm using a different setup to what I used an hour ago with Maury. So going live, I guess at the very least, you could just use your cell phone and go live. The audio isn't great. The video can be good if you've got the latest one, the latest phones. It can be really good. And it is worth doing that. Just going live on your Facebook or your YouTube channel. But to use a mic like this or a mixer and go into your computer, it's a bit more fiddly. I'm going to try and make a video and demo each way today or tomorrow, because people keep asking me. Everyone wants to go live now. One of the problems is that like Amazon have sold out of webcams. Everyone bought a webcam when this happened. They sold out. But there are webcams on computers and phones, of course. So I'll try and give as much information on that as I can, because literally everyone now wants to be live, which is a good thing, I think, to put yourself out there. And even just to communicate with friends and family, you know, the better quality you have, the better, right? It's a good thing. So I'll try and make a video covering as much of that as I can, especially from my perspective, how I do it and what I do and what I use. So hopefully that'll be helpful hopefully that will be helpful to somebody. So I'll definitely do that. I was just thinking, what I see there's 8 people here. The problem is I don't know who's here exactly. It doesn't say who's actually in the chat at the time. It only says who sent the message. Who sent the message through. And what I really wanted to do was I wanted to play. Have you subscribed to CGS? I don't know what CGS is. Can you elaborate, please? I've got a Yamaha. Okay, Lee Van Fleet. I've got a Yamaha acoustic guitar that I noodle on. Cheap and cheerful. Would love the Acoustasonic. You know what? Yamaha guitars are great, though. They're great value. They really are. They're great value. A friend of mine wants to learn guitar. I've actually thought about teaching guitar. Offering lessons, because I'm teaching my brother's son right now, and it's going really well. And he's only had 2 lessons, and he's improved a lot. I'm not saying it's down to me. He's obviously putting the work in, but he's got a little Yamaha that I got him years ago. They're great value for money. They really are. Hey, Cads. Have you subscribed to CGS? I don't know what CGS is. Hi, May Creative. I was worried about you, May Creative, because you didn't reply to my texts for a few days. But you were busy with family, I know. But I hope you can join us tomorrow. We've got a chat about Martin guitar. I might even get you on the show, May Creative, to talk about guitar lutherie, since you've been a builder. We could discuss Loudon and guitar building. CGSA, a YouTube channel, China Guitar Skeptic. Can you play the blues? Well, I'm not really a blues player. I can play a little bit. What do you think of new Udo amps with the TE Tommy Manuel AR signature you have? Okay, so I'll tell you about that. Thanks for the question. I want questions, so thank you. Right. The 2 AER amps that I reviewed on my channel they're not mine. They were sent to me by the rep, who is a friend of mine, to review. And I really like them a lot, because I used to gig full time with an AER. In fact, in London, I had the Compact 60. And then when I moved to New York, I got the bigger Compact 60, the XL. It was silly. It was too big and heavy. After 2 years or a year, I sold it and got the Compact 60 again. Actually, I got the Alpha and then the 60. That was like my mobile PA around New York. Looking back, I don't think it was the best choice. I think a small PA speaker would have been better with the Voice Live 3. Oh, sorry to hear that. Starting my 12-hour paramedic shift. Sorry to hear that. Sorry. I mean, that's the wrong word. I mean to say thank you. Thanks for your service. We appreciate it. My friend just got a job in a supermarket. I really appreciate that. You know. Hi, Doran. Are you from the TC group? Let us know. Let us know where you're from. So the AER, that was yeah, it's more of an acoustic amp than the PA, but it's a great all-in-one. You know, it's really good. So what was the question? I got sidetracked there. Sorry, but I want to tell you, I just went to NAMM, didn't I, in January, and I met Udo for the first time. What do you think of new? Yeah, okay. What do you think of new Udo amps versus the? Well, I met him for the first time. He's a nice guy. Um, I think they're I want to say they're better. I think they're slightly cheaper, slightly louder, slightly more features from what I remember. I did play one. It sounded really good. I wasn't, there's something about, yeah. Yeah, thanks, Cads. Come and see us again, 4 p.m. every day. Thank you. Thank you for what you do. We appreciate it. I didn't like the bag because there wasn't a way to get through to the handle. That's a silly thing, isn't it? But that was one thing. The thing at the amp itself, I thought was great. Great sound. Like I said, slightly louder, slightly more features. Yeah, slightly cheaper, I believe. And it was funny at now. I don't want to speak out of place, but it was funny at NAMM because AER obviously there's been a shift, and they were around the corner, and they had these newfangled amps aimed at youth, like Bluetooth, all this stuff, you know. And I don't know the story, but they were there with their new amps. And so basically, if you want an AER now, you get the Udo amp. I tell you what, though, I do have arrived 2 weeks ago, which I haven't opened yet. I have 2 amps from Hughes and Kettner. They're acoustic amps, the Era, the 1 and the 2. Same situation. They've sent them to me to compare and demo, the same as I did with the AER amps, just on loan. But I haven't, you know, with everything that happened, I haven't opened them up and done that yet. But I might do that live as well, so you can check it out. Actually, well, I'll see. I could do a mix of both. But those, I heard, I might be wrong, I heard that those amps were made and designed by the other guy from A, because I think AER was 3 people, right? A, E, and R was Rosner. I think it was 3. I think one of them designed the Hughes and Kettner Era amps, and they seem really cool too. One's big and heavy, and one is oh, hi Vicky. The whole of Layston's on here. Yeah, one is big and heavy, one's smaller, but the features look cool. It seems like almost like the AER in a way. I want to check that out too. And I've also got another one. I've got so many acoustic amps. This is another one, the Elite. That one there. That's also on been sent to me to review on the channel. So I've got a few videos to make on the next couple of weeks. I actually was going to do a week just of acoustic amps, because obviously I've done the S1 Pro, I've done the JBL, the battery-powered ones. I've done the AERs. I was going to do the Elite battery-powered one behind me, and I was going to do the 2 Hughes and Kettner ones. So, yeah, more to come on that. But, yeah, I like them. You can't fault those amps. But they are amps. They're not PAs. So it's a whole new conversation. This is great. I've got lots of questions. Thank you for your questions. Are you still using the Boss Waza Air headphones, thinking it would be a great lockdown practice tool? Greetings from Romania. Hi, from Romania. Awesome. Please do the mix comparison. What's the mix comparison? Sorry. So, I do have the Waza Air. Ironically enough, I haven't used them, even though I'm at home more. I haven't been using them. No, they're fantastic. But I got, after NAMM, I got rid of the amps I had, and I got the Synergy combo amp. And I tell you, there's something great about playing. I'm going to have some guys on the show about amps and modeling, but there's something great about playing through a real amp. But you know, it's tough, isn't it? I don't want to annoy the neighbors, especially right now when everyone's at home. But it's so much better. I just love it. So I got the Helix to the real amp right now. But I do like the Waza Air headphones. It's really funny because these headphones sound good with the acoustic and the singing, but I don't like these as much for the especially for the electric stuff. So the Waza Air are great, and I will pull them out and use them again, definitely. Hi, Steve. Yeah, I'm doing well. I actually had a good day. I don't want to jinx anything, but I'm filling up my time with creative ventures, and that feels nice in a way. So Waza Air, I do recommend them if you can get a pair right now to use at this time. Obviously, don't let other people use them, and make sure you wipe them down. I just read an article about cleaning like VR headsets and things. You want to keep everything clean right now. I'm not. Don't think I'm being preachy, but you know, make sure you clean everything, especially headphones. and microphones. My how to clean a microphone video has got the most views this month, and I recommend that you do clean. I recommend you clean these things anyway. Let me just check the chat here. I've got lots of people chatting. I like that. It's much easier to talk when you get questions than it is just to sit here and think of things to talk about. Yeah, please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I really appreciate that, because I want to see my numbers go up. That's really a nice, encouraging thing. And if you've got friends that like music equipment and songs and singers, then please share it with them and ask them to subscribe as well. And if you click the bell, it tells you when I go live. So that's a nice thing. Don't forget, tomorrow, 4 p.m., Maury's Music live interview. Can't wait. Okay, how you doing? I'm doing pretty well today. Thank you for asking. Live streaming is keeping me very sane as well. Sorry, the various acoustic amps you mentioned, comparison, not mixed. Really enjoyed these. Yeah, people love comparisons, don't they? I don't know if I can compare all of them. I mean, I could try. It's hard to do that in a small room. Like it's an apartment, so I can't be too loud. But I could set up all the ones I have and go through the features, and I could even do it live, and you could ask me which one to play through. I don't know. We could try that. Yeah, people keep asking about the D18. I don't have it anymore. I hate to say that, because it is a great guitar. It's not that I don't like it. I like the D18 a lot. I unboxed the D18 on my channel, and I only had it for a few months. I sold it on, and I got the HD28, actually from Maury's Music, which is in the closet behind me. I like the HD28 guitars, I really do. And I didn't need two. They're quite similar, aren't they? They're the same guitar, different woods. So I didn't need two. But yeah, I mean, a D18 is a great guitar. An HD28 is a great guitar. A D28 is a great guitar. The D35 I never quite bonded with. I don't know why. I've had some that sound great. And I've had people play them to me and they sound great. But when I play them, there's something missing, at least in the ones that I've played. I did have the retro D35, and that was a great sounding guitar, but it had a different top. That was an amazing guitar. Have you ever had a guitar that you loved and you sold and you kind of regret it? Yeah, they're the ones that got away. But I'm deciding lately that I got too many guitars anyway. This one's on loan. This one is a job that I was doing for Rainsong before all this stuff happened. So I'm now doing that online. Like I said on yesterday's video, as a purist, these carbon fiber guitars they make you think twice, but they're such great tools, and it really does sound good. Can you play Time of Your Life? Well, I would, but if I play a cover, I'll get demonetized. I'm sorry. Can I ask, can we agree on this? Can you come in Friday night for the concert? The concert is Friday and Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, New York time. Can you come in then and request it, and I'll play it for you then, and I'll sing my heart out. But I've been playing covers here, but if I do play a cover, I don't get any money for the video. I'm not really that bothered about that, but if we can keep the day to not playing covers, that would be good for me. So can you come in Friday at 8 p.m. and I'll do it for you then? You just got to come in, request the song, and I'll play it. Let me catch up on the chat here. This is great. Thank you for all your chatting. It's nice to have things to think about. Comparison of the amps. Okay, we'll do the comparison. I'll review the amps that I've got, and then if I still got all this time in my hands, I'll set them all up, and we could go live, and I could demo it live if you want. I mean, this is 1080p. Just got to move the mic around and play. We could do that. We could even do a blind test. I could play each one and say which one you prefer, or tell me what you like, what you don't, and I could reveal them. I don't know. We have some fun. I like, another reason to record yourself and go live is you learn what you like. Because I'm now hearing this guitar and that guitar in the headphones every day. I'm hearing like the EQ that needs fixing and the pickups, and it's much better than just playing a few gigs a week, or like you're really watching back on your phone, your headphones. You're really getting into what gear works for you, and you can really be more selective and fix problems. Regarding practicing and learning, do you recommend a strict regimen or just trying to play what you like, if you know what I mean? Well, I don't recommend that, because when you just sit down, I tend to do it myself. I sit down and just play all the stuff that I can play. Just going through the motions, all the things I always do. The problem with that is it doesn't make you any better. I remember when I wanted to learn fingerstyle. I'm not the greatest fingerstyle player, but when I wanted to start using fingerstyle, I couldn't do it. My right hand fingers were stiff, and I couldn't even play like Blackbird or I couldn't even do this. I remember I couldn't play Everybody Hurts, I couldn't do that. Let me just play that in a different key so I don't get demonetized. But, everything was stiff and wouldn't work. So I just made myself every day sit and play that. So I guess what I was doing was playing something I couldn't do. Yeah, when I started, I was like this. Yeah? So I just did it every day. I just thought, okay, I'll sit down every day and do that before I play the guitar. And then you find over time, maybe over a year, I don't know, but over time, it's you can do it. So that's the beauty of doing something that you can't do. And I'm guilty of not doing that enough. I need to practice stuff that I can't do more. Because there's practice. Practice really is about playing things you can't do until you can do them. Practice isn't playing the same song you've played for the last 30 years, is it? So definitely have structure. Every day, try and do like at least 15 minutes of something you can't do. Learn a brand new song, learn a new scale, practice a technique that you just can't do that's completely new and fresh. And then, of course, to reward yourself, then play the songs that you can play and enjoy them. But definitely push yourself to new things because that's how you grow. Streaming concert on Friday. Yeah, I do. I'm doing every Friday, 8 p.m. till 9 p.m. New York time, Friday and Saturday. So join me and request covers, and I'll play them all. If you look on my website, aaronshort.com, I've got all the song list on there. Yep, that's right. Yeah, so practice something you can't. Challenge yourself. There's some songs that I can't play all the way through. I thought, again, this would be a great time to practice that. Like maybe I'll choose like a Hendrix song that I love, that I never quite learned all the parts properly to, and sit down and just, 15 minutes a day, just work really slowly through it. Just don't rush yourself. It takes time. But then, it gets easier. CA House Music, how you doing? I know you guys from NAM. I always see you running around the NAM show. I never said hi, but now I can say hi on the YouTube. Good to see everyone spreading music through live. Yeah, I know. Are you guys? You're going live too, right? You just had a song out about. You just did like a cover song about the current situation, didn't you? Thanks for watching, Vicky. I'll see you on Friday for the concert, maybe. Well, it's a bit late. And if you miss it though, you can always watch the replay. Again, please subscribe and share that with your friends. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, Sia House Music have been growing their. They're a music store out west, and they've been growing their YouTube like I have. So we've been working right at the same pace. And they're always running around NAM doing lots of interviews. I always see them there. When I go to NAM, I don't do enough interviews. I just kind of hang out and network and play the stuff. So I need to be better at doing interviews and stuff next time. I did do some with Henning in January, but that was that's another story. I love Henning, but yeah, they weren't your conventional interview. I might try and get Henning on here, actually. That'd be fun. I want to talk about him. I want to ask him about his life in music, what he did before YouTube. Our clocks spring forward this coming weekend, so it'll be 1 a.m. Yeah, well, don't worry. If you're in the UK, then don't worry. Just watch the replay the next morning. Horrible video. We had fun doing it. Well, isn't that what it's all about? Having fun. I wouldn't say it was horrible. I enjoyed it. I enjoy any content right now. So thanks for providing it. If you haven't already, subscribed to CA House Music. That's California, right? What's the CA for? It's California? You guys out there? So, yeah, I tell you what, thank you for those questions. They were awesome questions. I love it. I love talking about gear, practicing, songwriting, music, life, or anything in between is all very cool. And it's also nice. It gives me ideas for future videos. Although I have to say, my friend Jared told me to live stream. He said you'll get addicted to it. And I think he's right, because it's actually really hard to sit and record a video and edit out the ums and the ahs and the noises. And like right now, the planes are flying. I have to cut that out and wait for them to not fly. And, you get a bit stiff and you can't think of what you're going to say. This is actually really nice because you're just talking like you're talking. I'm talking to the camera like I'm talking to someone, and I'm taking your questions. Oh, sorry. CA House Music is from Ohio. Okay. I played there once. A friend of mine wrote a movie, and I played for his his launch party, and it was in Spencer, Ohio, but no one knows where that is. Do you know where Spencer, Ohio is? No one knows where that is. No one from Ohio knows where that is. But that was a really fun time. CA House Music. They've subscribed to their YouTube. Check out their website. So what was I saying? I played in Ohio. Yeah, no, I'm just reminiscing now. But yeah, so just to summarize, thank you for your questions. Keep them coming. I'll bear them in mind when I make the future videos. It's good information to have, and I'm happy to take them and give whatever kind of information I can, whatever kind of answer I can. I'm going to go and work on my cover of Kenny Rogers, The Gambler, because my friend, I didn't do the guitars for this one, my friend Will did, and they sound great. I'm so happy with them. I can't wait to sing it now. And I want to try and make that video on how to live stream. Again, I can't really cover every situation on that, but I can give some ideas and the way I do it. So hopefully that'll help somebody. And then tomorrow, 4 p.m., Maury's Music on the chat with me live at this time. Might be a long show. We're going to talk about Martin guitar. I'm not sure how long that'll go for, but I'll chat with him as much as I can because I want to get all the information from him. Let me take one more question from the chat before I log off. Are there any limitations to hybrid picking versus fingerstyle? You know, I'm not a big hybrid picker. When I play, I do use my. Actually, when I play lead, I do that sometimes. Let me just turn the guitar back on. Sometimes I pick with my middle finger, but I don't really. Actually, you know, it's funny because I want to do that. When I play fingerstyle, I just use my fingers. Actually, this is something I should be practicing. I just use my fingers like this. And the reason I'm comfortable doing that is probably because that's the way I've always done it. But when you look at, when you go to Tommy Emmanuel camps and those things and they're using the thumb pick, and you realize that you need to use the thumb pick to get that heavy bass sound and the muted sound. But, I didn't learn that way. This is why it's good to have a guitar teacher, because you can learn the right way. I'm not going to say there's a right way. The way that works for you is the best. But it's good to have these things earlier on, I think. So that's something I now will have to go back and kind of start again. Because once I put a thumb pick on, it's going to be different. Or once I try and hybrid pick, it's going to be different. But I always use a pick when I play. So the thing is, I should hybrid pick because, I guess I'm doing it right now, right? It'd be nice to not have to put the pick down, play fingerstyle, pick the pick up, play again, strum. It'd be nice not to have to do all that. So I do recommend looking at hybrid picking. That's just something I might start looking at myself a bit more often. Because right now, like I said, I tend to go from strumming with the pick, and I use a heavy pick, but I hold it lightly. Because I like that driving rhythm. And then when I want to play fingerstyle, I usually put the pick down. So it's nice if you haven't got to put the pick down. One really cool thing that I've seen John Mayer do is he actually holds the pick. I remember my old guitar teacher told me this years ago. He holds that between the two fingers, and then he plays fingerstyle, and then he with just the right hand, he gets the pick back into his fingers and goes into strumming. If you watch him play I think it's Why Georgia live, you can see him do it. It's amazing. So he's playing the riff and the pick is in, I'm not sure exactly where he puts it. I have to watch the video, but he's just using fingers, and then he'll just literally be strumming. That's really cool too. Hi Jack. Oh, you made it this time. What are we talking about? Well, I was filling people in on my day and projects I've got on right now, and then I just got some bunch of questions from people, so I was just answering guitar-related questions. I make it look easy. Well, that's years of practice, I tell you, and I still feel like a beginner sometimes. When I go to the Chet Atkins and Tommy Emmanuel camps, I feel like a complete beginner. So the The answer is just to begin, just to start doing it. Find something simple. So if you don't play fingerstyle now, then play something. Just do some, or even just do that arpeggio I did earlier. Just get your fingers moving, independently. You don't even need to play a chord. Just do this. Just do that while you're watching TV. Just like put a sound hole plug in here or deaden the strings and just do that. And watch from my YouTube videos. Yeah, and then pluck like that. Just start getting the fingers independent and build up. So start really slowly. Then try different chords. And then you can try some simple Travis picking. Yeah, well, it actually answers your question from earlier really well. What you want to do is start slow and build up, like just do something. Do something you don't do. So if you don't do any fingerstyle right now, just do some of that for 10 minutes a day. Just do that little thing I did with the arpeggio, like Everybody Hurts. Just do that for 10 minutes and then stop. And just do that every day. And then eventually, once you've got that, then add something new. That's a great idea. A little something new every day. Jack, I was going to wrap up soon, but let's talk about how to get a good sound at home for streaming live. Okay, well, I will talk about that because I'm going to do a video. I keep promising people I'll do a video on it. So let me just get my thoughts together on the microphone. Supposed to be working. Well, you can come on here and do a chat with me about taxes if you like, because Jack's an accountant, so he could help us with our tax. You got any tax advice for people? That could be a good episode. Tax advice for musicians and freelancers. I'm sure we get loads of viewers of that. It's actually very useful information, but how to get a good sound at home for streaming live. So, there's so many ways to do it. When you see people doing it now, they're using their cell phones and they're just doing it like that. Some people are setting up their PA system and playing through their cell phone. Now, that's okay. It's better than not streaming, but it doesn't sound as direct, does it, as what I've got here. This is a mic into an audio interface. So it's going to sound much... Oh, you don't do taxes. Okay, I was going to ask you about that. Ah, Sparky, guess what? I ordered one a week ago. It came up on my feed. And I ordered one because I thought they look cool. I ordered one of those picks. I'll do it on here. I'll do a live stream with it and show you how it works. That'd be cool. Hi, how do I say your name? Hacia Ariba? Sorry, I just completely messed it up. I'm sorry. I don't know how to say your name. But welcome. Thanks for joining us. WhatsApp. Oh, what's up, dude? Yeah, good live. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Where are you from? Jack's a corporate accountant. Oh, I see. I don't know what that means. It sounds fancy. You tell me. You know how it is when you record any video or audio from your phone. The problem is, of course, that the microphone is far away, right? So you get that distant sound and the sound of the room. You don't really want that. What I have in here that you can't see is very cheap foam panels from Amazon. Not very many of them, and they're not like solid. I've got like one gap, and it's very thin and cheap, but it stops the sound. Now you can do something right now. Yeah, we'll do that, Sparky. If it shows up, we'll do that. It'll be a fun episode. So we can compare picks. So if you clap your hands loudly, so watch out. So then listen, can you hear ringing? If you hear the ringing, that means you've got the echoing in the room. So when you play and your phone's far away from you, you're going to have that echoing. You don't want that. So the first thing you want to do is deaden the sound of the room. So I have these cheap foam panels from Amazon that I got a while ago, and they just stick on the wall. I have to be careful they don't fall off, because they can fall off sometimes. Hi, David. Good to see you, buddy. I've got Maury's music on tomorrow at 4 p.m. talking about Martin guitars, your speciality. Come and join us. Tell your Martin friends we're doing that tomorrow with Maury. That should be a really good hangout. So yeah, do that with it. First things first, find a room with a good background, preferably better than my background. This isn't the best room to do this in, I know, but find a good background and then make sure that the acoustics are okay. Do that clapping and see how your acoustics. You walk around the room and clap your hands and see how the acoustics are, right? Now, if you're getting that echo, you want to kill that sound. So the first thing to do is to deaden the sound. So I've got foam pads. You might have some. You might be able to get some. You might not be able to get them right now because Amazon not shipping everywhere. So if you cannot get them, then just use like a sheet or get some extra pillows in the room or get a thick rug on the floor. Anything that can absorb sound to deaden sound. That's what you want. You don't want any like echo and ringing in the videos. Yeah, that's right. David loves Martin like me in Spanish. Hmm. Oh, so you're from Spain? Are you Spanish? Um. So that's the first thing. Where was I? Yeah. So thick carpet cushions. If you have to, you could get some coats and hang them behind everything. You know, you just want to deaden the room. That's the first thing to do. Oh, Puerto Rico, awesome. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. This is now a worldwide chat. So I'm from England, but now I live in America. So, and I'll get to you, Ken. I just want to finish what I'm talking about live streaming. So basically, the room is the first thing, right? Now, like I said, you can use your phone. If you've got a good recent phone with a good camera, why not just use that? It's good to stream. You can stream to Facebook or YouTube, okay? Now, it's obviously better to go direct so you don't have that weird room sound. You want to go direct like I am, so you go straight into the computer. So I have a Claret USB interface. It's got 4 inputs, and I've got it connected to 2 speakers, but obviously wear headphones because you don't want the sound to come out the speakers and go back into the microphone and get feedback. So I wear headphones, closed headphones as well, not open ones. If you wear open headphones, the sound will come back out and go back in. So these are closed headphones, so no sound comes out. You could wear earbuds if that's all you got. It's fine. I mean, obviously, I'm talking the ideal situation right now. Now, right now on this stream, I'm using my vocal microphone that I use for my gigs, and I'm going through the Voice Live 3. So you could do that if you've got a Voice Live 3 or something like a Helix, Line 6 Helix. If it's an interface or even a mixer, you could plug in mic and guitar into that, and then plug the cable out of that into your phone or your computer. Some devices like the Voice Live 3 and the Helix can be used as an audio interface. That's really cool. You can go straight from that with USB into the computer, and then you can record in to that. So then when you go onto Facebook Live or YouTube streaming, you select that as your audio interface, and always make sure your levels are hot, good and healthy, but never clip the audio. That's it. So that's what I'm trying to do right here. I'm using OBS to stream. So OBS is a free program that basically then sends the audio and video to YouTube or to Facebook. So rather than just going straight onto YouTube to stream, I do it through OBS, which is a free program. And it's a great program because it's not too hard to learn. And I can see right now that my audio is not quite loud enough. So I'm speaking louder. I'm not quite touching the red. So be careful because sometimes the red on digital equipment means clipping. But I feel like on here it doesn't. I could go slightly louder. Check this out. Hello, hello, hello. See, that's slightly in the red. I think that's a nice strong signal because you want the volume to be strong and powerful on YouTube. People will turn off if it's a weak signal. So that's why I said there's so many ways to do this. Some people have like an interface for their phone, their iPad. Some people have an audio interface for their computer. Some people have a mixer that can work as a USB interface. I would really have to know what you have in order to give you suggestions on how to hook things up. But if you're lucky enough to have an interface for you and a desktop computer and a good webcam right now, you can certainly make a great stream. A friend of mine, Chris, just did it himself. He just started his own channel. It looks great. He's got a great background. He's got sound panels. He's using his phone, which is absolutely fine. Like the rear, with your phone, the rear camera tends to be better than the front-facing camera, depending on the phone you have again. But just use the best cell phone camera you have. Use a tripod. Keep it steady. Make sure the light is hitting you from, like I've got a light here in my face. It can make you blink and dazzled, but you don't want the lights above you. Some people tell me to turn the lights up above me. It's not good because you get all the shadows. You don't want shadows. If you've got a good light, like a window, you could have that here so that light is hitting you in the face. It only works in the daytime, of course, but lighting is really important. I don't have perfect lighting right now. I could use some big lights here, here, and here, but I don't have a space behind the computer. This is the wall here. So lighting is important and can be cheap. You can use lamps or any light source you have, or natural light. And then deadening the sound is very important. And then the camera obviously is important, but cell phones now have great, and iPads have great cameras anyway. And then the audio really depends what do you have? Do you have a pedal that can be an interface? Do you have an audio interface? Do you have a computer that's ready to go? And then do you want to plug in and loop like I do, or do you want to just have a microphone that you could have one microphone that picks up your voice and guitar and just play acoustic? You don't need to have a pickup in your guitar, but I have the pickup so I can loop. Oh, it's exhausting. What was we saying here? Tell us more about yourself. I'm new to the channel. I was wondering, how did you end up from the States and the UK? How did I? I think I was like, I was in London about 10 years, and I did lots of gigs, and I was teaching, and everything was going great, but my friends were starting to move away and tour and everything, and I was starting to get a bit, restless. And then a friend of mine told me he got a visa to come to America, and I got two brothers over here, so I'd been, coming over a lot anyway. And I thought, you know what I'll do? I'll apply for the visa, and if I get it, I'll go, and if I don't, I won't. And I got it, so I came. And I was very lucky because I came with a guitar and a suitcase, and I just got gigs straight away because other musicians helped me out. And I'll never forget that, how helpful the local musicians were. I went to open mic and they got me gigs. They didn't keep them for themselves. They shared it. And I'll never forget that. It was awesome. Yeah. So I've been doing that here since now. And it's funny because I always wanted to do more writing and more YouTube stuff, but once I moved here, I just kind of went back into gigging again. But now, one positive I'll say about what's happening right now, obviously it sucks that I can't gig and make money, but it's making me do more recording and more educational stuff and more YouTube stuff. So that's a positive. I'm trying to think of the positives right now. Okay. How big of a crowd room would you say the JBL Eon 1 can handle? Do you mean the JBL Compact that I reviewed on the channel? That's such a hard question. I'm not being funny, but the problem with when you say how many people can it play to, how big a room, what is the room? Does the room have a high ceiling, like a really high ceiling? If it does, then obviously that's a bigger room, right? Does it have a really low ceiling? Then obviously the sound's going to travel better. But is it a long room? Is it a wide room? Are the floors carpet? Are there tapestries on the wall that's going to soak up the sound? Are they stone walls that's going to bounce around more? Are there 5 people, 10 people, 50 people, 100 people? Are they wearing big baggy coats that will soak up the sound? It's a really hard question to answer. What you got to remember about the JBL Eon 1 Compact is it's a small speaker. It's a battery-powered, affordable small speaker. So I have used it in a big room with a like a restaurant gig, and it did the job. It did the job, but it didn't have any room to spare. The great thing about like a real PA speaker, like a 2,000 watt PA speaker, I have the QSC speakers, is that they just have loads of headroom. You're never going to have a problem with that. I mean, they're probably not the best. They probably don't sound as good as like a guitar amp for guitar, but they're just a great all-round powerhouse speaker. And they can be like 22 to 28, 30 pounds. So why not have one of those? That's my recommendation for most people that do what I do, is to have a QSC K8 and a Play Acoustic or TC Voice Live 3, because there you've got a mixer, effects, powerful speaker, everything that you need in one. So if I had, I've been thinking lately, I don't want to be too doom and gloom. I've been thinking about like, what would if I had to sell everything, what would I keep? What would I actually keep to the tools of my trade? And it'd probably be a K8 and the Voice Live 3 Extreme and a guitar with the Anthem in it, to be honest with you. Something like that. Not exactly that, but you can't be having things that just do lots of things well. Now, having said that, the Compact is amazing because it's so light. It's like 16 pounds. So, of course, I recommend it. But just be realistic about what it can do. I don't want you to show up to a gig and turns out, I did this once. I went to a kids party thinking that it would be like a small living room, and it was a big living room, and I wasn't loud enough. it really kind of sucks when you're not loud enough and you have to really sing loud and you lose your voice. So that's why I think it's always good to have something more powerful than what you need. So the Elite speaker behind me that I've got to review is more powerful than that one, but it's also twice the price. So I don't know. That's a new debate. I do think the JBL is great with the mixer and everything. I also think the S1 Pro is great too. I still like that speaker. Still one of the top ones in my opinion. Have you tried the K&K Pure Mini with the new X Florman preamp? No, I haven't. But there's no reason why it wouldn't work. It's got selectable impedance and it's got a good EQ. That new X preamp is really good. Some of their stuff is really good. I did have their wireless. Their new wireless looked really cool with a charging case and it didn't work for me. So but their acoustic preamp and also their Cerberus electric pedal is really cool. So I haven't. You'd have to get one from Amazon and test it. Because I don't think I don't have that preamp anymore. I don't have that because I use the Voice Live 3 now. But when I had it for review, I really liked it. I liked it a lot. I do recommend it. But it's hard with pickups because you kind of have to try your pickup with that pedal. The pickups vary so much. Even when I use these two guitars for a live gig on the channel on weekends, Friday night 8 p.m. I noticed the pickups are different volumes, different sounds. You have to tweak them all separately. I want to use my TC Helicon Harmony XT. So can you plug a guitar and a mic into the TC Helicon pedal, and does it have an XLR out? And if it does, you would just plug that into, that's what I have here. I'm taking one feed from my TC pedal into the interface on the XLR. And then setting the gain on the interface so it's just before clipping, and I can see that also on OBS. Although OBS is saying I'm not loud enough, but it's difficult because when I talk it's one volume, when I play it's another volume, when I loop it gets louder. So I need to tweak that a bit more. But yeah, you can certainly do it if you've got an interface. You just need a way to get that audio into the computer. You just need an interface jack. Do they have matching impedance? You know what? It doesn't matter. That whole impedance thing is overrated. Don't worry about impedance too much. When I plug a K&K into a mixer with a like a line level, it can sound really good. And I just add bass. And if there's too much bass, just cut all the bass. Don't be afraid to cut it all. The impedance isn't really that important. The K&K preamp has a 1 megohm impedance, which is supposedly perfect, and I think it's too boomy. So I've tried one with like 500 less, like half that, and it was better in my opinion. I mean, you can make anything work. You just have to use the EQ. If people are so afraid of EQ, right? If you need to turn all the bass off, turn it off. It doesn't matter. People think if they turn all the bass off, then it's going to sound tinny, and that's not what you should do. It's absolutely fine. If you have to turn the bass to zero, turn the bass to zero. Just do what needs to be done to sound good. But I do like, and the new X is cool because it's got the looper, it's got the EQ, it's got some really cool options in there. So I do recommend it. But I also recommend like the Play Acoustic and the TC and the Voice Live 3, and so many ways to do it. The Tone Dexter is amazing for K&K. That's one of the really amazing. That makes a real difference, I want to ask if you're still using the K&K with the Tone Dexter. Change up again. I change it all the time. Well, I'm not using it right now, but I did use it for 3 months, and for me that's a long commitment. Now the only reason I stopped using it, to be honest with you, is I got the Voice Live 3 Extreme, which is bigger than my Play Acoustic was, and I had to get a new bag to fit the Voice Live 3 Extreme. It doesn't fit anything else, not really. So I've been and also that coincided with reviewing the Acoustasonic and the Rain Song. So I've been using the Anthem and the Acoustasonic recently, well, until this stuff happened. So I haven't been using it, but I highly endorse it. I really do. With the Tone Dexter, with the latest firmware and the K&K, you can get a fabulous sound. I could do it on the show. I could even ask James May to come in here and train the guitar with him, and you could ask him questions about it. It'd be amazing. I'm sure he would do it. That'd be a great episode, wouldn't it? We could have James May. So you could ask him all your questions about the Tone Dexter. But, as someone who's used it, it's wonderful. It really is amazing. It sounds very mic-like. It doesn't feed back, which is a huge thing with like impulse responses. It doesn't feed back. They've done a lot of EQing for you. So you do have to dial it in and play with the mic angle and everything. But once you've got the map that you want, it sounds amazing. I happily used it for 3 months. I got lots of. The funny thing is, with pickups, I never get compliments. No one ever says, "Oh, your acoustic guitar sounds amazing." Good job finding that pickup. No one ever says that. But I was very happy with the sound. Yeah, Jonathan, that's a great idea. I'm going to ask him. In fact, I was saying earlier, I've got Maury on tomorrow. I might ask everyone, hey, you want to come on my show? And I'll give you a grilling. Why not? But it'd be great with James to talk about IRs, have him talk about what his pedal is, demo it by myself with his supervision, and then you could say, oh, try this, try that, or what about this, what about that? But I will say, playing the stuff live is very different to headphones, and that never caused me a problem live, even with the monitors and everything. No feedback buster. It's great. It's natural sounding, doesn't feedback. The only downside, if there is such a thing, you got to carry the pedal around. And I don't think that's a huge issue. There's also a tuner and a boost as well. But a lot of musicians don't want to carry stuff. Like this guitar, right? It has the preamp in the guitar. A lot of musicians want that. But then they get it and they don't want it. They say, oh, I don't want stuff in my guitar. It's going to change the sound. I want a pedal. I want it to be out of the guitar. And then they get the pedal and then I got the pedal. I want to get it in the guitar. And that's the never-ending circle that they go through with gear. But what I will say is, having tried this stuff live, yes, this is a great system in this guitar, the Anthem stage, and the Tone Dexter is definitely worth checking out. It's the real deal, as they say. I've got no problem recommending that. You just have to work with it and tweak it and get it where you want, and then you're good to go. So I'll text James after this and say, will you come on the show and we'll do a live Tone Dexter session. Like a small pub, yeah. But again, how loud is it? How loud are the people talking? How many people are in there? How much noise? How many knives and forks are being dropped on the tables? How high is the ceiling? See, I don't want to tell you to buy a JBL compact because it will do a small pub, and then you come back to me and say, hey, they couldn't hear me. I've never had that though. I've used small speakers in large, noisy pubs, and they've never said to me, oh, we can't hear it, turn it up. They only ever tell us to turn it down, right? So yeah, I think you'll be safe with it. And you can always buy a second one anyway. I'm just a big fan of, big PA systems and mixers, and you can't beat you just can't beat the real thing, can you? You can't beat the real thing. But if you have to take a bus, then you buy the S1 Pro or the JBL. And then you can use it with a PA as well. You can feed that into a PA for bigger venues. I'm going to text him right now. Look, I'm going to text him live on air, because I think that'd be funny. Let's see what he says. I need to line up some other people too, so let me know if you got any ideas for special guests on the show, because now's a good time to ask people, right? Hey James, would you be interested in coming on a live, in having a live interview with me on YouTube to discuss the Tone Dexter and do a demo, because I could use the K&K for that. I could actually use the K&K and the Anthem. I could have like three pickups, and you could choose which one we train. That'd be great. Have a vote. I'm sending it now. Let's see what he says. All right. Have you tried Electro Voice Evolve 30M? No, I haven't. But like I said, the cool thing is I've got the Elite amp behind me for review, and I've got two Hughes and Kettner amps, which I'm really impressed with the features, and I think they're going to sound good. But that's more on the expensive side. The budget stuff like the S1 Pro is a whole different thing, isn't it? But the S1 Pro is still great. I still love that thing. Have you ever looked into high-end picks like Blue Chip? Yeah, I bought one and I have one. I just didn't really, I was like, I hate to say it, but I was like, as much of a snob as I am, I was like, yeah, it's a bit shiny and expensive, and that's not me. I don't like when people say that. Everything has its value. I think the reason I don't use it is that I've been using the Jim Dunlop Jazz 3 picks for so many years now that I just don't want to change. And they have this awesome grip on them because sometimes you drop a pick, right? It's annoying. So it has a grip on it and it's very thick and it just does the job. You know, I can strum lightly. I can hold it very light. Or I can hold it harder and then play the leads, you know? When you begin playing the guitar and you get those really thin picks and they're like there's like no resistance, and then when you play the lead they're kind of just like flopping all over the place. I can't use those. But the secret for me is to hold the pick really light and then play hard. Now, I'm not going to say don't get a blue chip or those Wiegand picks. I'm not going to say don't. They are good. I do like the Wiegans are good, actually. I'm not saying I don't like them. I'm so used to these, and I love these. And, you know, why pay all that money for them when I can get these ones? These ones do wear through, and I replace them. And I think the blue chips don't wear as far. I don't know. There's some, I do change, like they said earlier, I do change pickups a lot. But I also do sometimes stumble on something that I like and I don't want to change it. Like this microphone, I've used this for years. I love it. Dr. Dre, Still Dre, featuring Snoop Doggy piano. I can't. I wish I could play that. I'd be, you know, if I could play cool songs like that, I wouldn't be in my bedroom right now, would I? I'm just kidding. No, I can't. I wish I could. I do an R&B medley with Blackstreet and Snoop Dogg, which I could do on Friday night, 8 p.m. if you come to my live show. So I need to wrap it up because I was going to record The Gambler, my cover of The Gambler now. I'm going to have to go off and plug that mic in, my big mic in, and do that. This mic is a Sennheiser. Why have I forgotten what it's called? E935. Now that's a whole new conversation because just because this mic is good for me doesn't mean it's good for you. Microphones are suited to certain voices. You know, some mics are good for females with high-pitched voices or males with high-pitched voices. Some mics are good for singers with low voices. Every mic has its own natural EQ curve, and you've got to choose the one that works for you. And I'm not saying this is the perfect one for me. This is just one that I've landed on, that I like the look of it. I like the sound of it in most situations. But a lot of my friends have used these, and they do like them too. So if you want my recommendation, it would be this microphone. But consider how you sing and your range and your tone of your voice and where you sing. Some people use expensive kind of condenser mics. They can sound nice too. They can also feed back. So I need to wrap it up, but this has been awesome. Thank you so much. I've never had so many people in the chat and so many questions, and I love it. I'm here every day at 4 o'clock. So bring your questions, and 8 p.m. Friday and Saturday for the concert, 1 hour concert. And all I ask of you is to subscribe, ring the bell, thumbs up on the way out, and share this with your musician friends or any kind of friends and ask them to subscribe to my channel. That's really useful to me, really helpful to me. Can't wait to hear about James. Oh yeah, let's see if he's replied. Oh no. I don't see why he wouldn't, but we'll see. I'm going to record my version of The Gambler. I'll give you a sneak peek maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Oh, no. Tomorrow's Maury's music. Martin Guitars. Be here. Bring your questions for Maury. We're going to hang out for a while. So get a nice coffee and join us at 4 p.m. And then maybe the day after that, I'll give you a preview of The Gambler cover that I'm working on. So be well, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's a welcome distraction from everything. And if you've got a guitar, go and play right now. Go and practice something you can't do to get better. And then start figuring out how you can record or live stream yourself. And even if you don't go live, record something and watch it back. Because what I've realized from doing this live streaming is that I'm listening back to myself, how I talk, how I look at the camera, how I play the guitar, obviously. If I'm in time, I mean, I've messed up on some of my songs, but that's okay. Now I know what I need to improve. So it's a good thing. In fact, recording yourself is an amazing thing. And I will try and work on a video in more detail how I do it. But like I said, it really depends on what equipment you have to do it. Okay? Oh, I'm exhausted now. Thank you. All right. See you tomorrow at 4 p.m. for Maury's Music, Maury Rutch, Martin Guitars interview. See you then. Have a great one. Be well. Bye bye.